So, if someone wants to get started selling on Whatnot, what do you suggest the first things that they do before they go all in?
Before they go all in,
Hmm.
it really just it come to me personally. It comes down to, are you a are you like an open book, open personality type
Hmm.
person? Has there ever been a point in your life where you're like, I'm dull? Uh, that might I don't know. I watch people on there that are killing it. That
Yeah.
literally, I wouldn't say are like the most outgoing, but they also don't ever
Hmm.
show themselves. They just have their
Oh,
camera positioned in the wall, and then they just, all you see is like from their elbow to their hand,
their arm.
and they just
Yeah.
hang it up
Here.
and they're killing it.
Yeah. Huh.
Really, it just comes down to what you're selling. Because when we started, we were trying to sell brand new shoes from our wholesale liquidation, and
Hmm.
we were taking L's, just L after
Hmm.
L, because our buy cost is too high for what
Hmm.
that platform was going for at the time. But now Whatnot is a marketplace. It's not just live selling. You can actually sync your items from eBay. You can sync all your items from Poshmark, from Mercari.
Okay.
It's just another
Huh.
platform like that you can cross list to.
Hmm.
There's a huge market on there, and they have every category you can think of, kind of similar to all the other platforms. They even have a home and garden one where people are selling plants. They sell food.
I did
You
not
can
know
sell
that.
homemade. It's weird. You can sell like homemade food, which, buyer beware, I would guess. Like, you
Free
don't know the
delivery.
sanitation. But
Same day shipping.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think if you have the inventory or you have the availability to get stuff at a very, very low price, or even at a price that you're able to move, because you don't have to start everything at $1. I know a lot of people think that everything has to start at $1. Like, we're all used to eBay auctions, 99-cent start. Um, you can start it at your buy cost if you have to, but there's
Hmm.
the potential that nobody wants to buy it at your buy cost.
This video is sponsored by Zeek Analytics, an amazing tool that can help you go further faster in your reselling journey. And what we got here pulled up is one of their many tools within their platform. And this is the product research section of their app. And what I did is I typed in women's jeans. I just want to get a good overall view of what is going on in the women's jeans niche, as I am a clothing reseller. And when you type that in, this is based on a 30-day average. And you can see here how many have sold when you can sort from lowest to highest, and you can see kind of the price ranges for these items. What I like to do here is get a good bird's eye view of kind of what keywords are found in a lot of these titles that have been selling lately. I'm able to extract some of these keywords and use them in my business, and also identify upcoming trends. I'm able to see, what is kind of coming out of fashion and what's coming into fashion. Another great tool is their title analytics tool, where, like I said, you can go through and find a lot of the keywords that are trending now that you can use in your titles to help you rank better in search. We want to be able to capitalize on the keywords that are being used in high selling items so we can also gain that search volume as well. You can see in the price analytics section, you could see sell through rates compared to pricing, so you could get a good idea of how you want to price your items. So if you're wanting to try out Zeek Analytics, check out link down below where you can get a discount upon sign up. Now back to the episode. You got to have a little bit of a following, is that right, to get on Whatnot or to get approved? Is
To
that
get
kind of
approved,
a
not so much now, because they've opened so many categories now,
Mhm.
and they have the whole referral code kind of thing,
Yeah,
where, like, we got on using Harry Tornado's referral code, which kind of put us at the
nice.
top of the list. They're like, oh well, I mean, if
Mhm.
Harry Tornadoes are vouching for them, then
Mhm.
they must have stuff.
Mhm.
Now, we still had to go through the procedure. They wanted pictures of our inventory, so I just went to the warehouse, opened the door, and took a picture, and they're like, yeah, you got enough stuff. And then I
Nice.
just told them, like, yeah, I told
You
them, I
got
was like,
enough.
also, we get new inventory daily. If we need to, we can
Mhm.
get it daily. So they're really looking for those wholesale, like those high volume people. Now, of course, there's low sellers on there that just have like the grails for vintage or items like
Mhm.
that. But the people that I see really crushing it are doing the wholesale model.
Mhm. So do you start you said something about starting your items at your buy cost, or since you're getting mainly all of your items from the bins, what are do you obviously you're going to start probably those higher priced items at a higher price,
A
but
little bit.
do you just what's kind of an average price you start things off
So
on
most
your
of our
auctions?
stuff, like like graphic t-shirts, we'll start them at $2.
Mhm.
Vintage, depending on what it is, will start it at $4 or $5. Shoes usually start
Mhm.
at $5. Handbags, depending on the brand, will start them at like $8 to $10. Jackets, depending on size, depending on material, like leather jackets, we usually start about $10.
Mhm.
But then also like we try to create things that'll keep the chat engaged because you want to keep the
Mhm.
people there because they're the ones spending the money. And the other
Yeah.
point is you have to entertain, and entertaining by yourself is exhausting. So the way that we try to take that away is I created like a bingo game. So I created
Okay.
different things that always happen on a daily basis when you're at the Goodwill bins. You're always going to hear
Mhm.
a kid crying. You're always going to hear like one of the carts has a squeaky wheel, and so it's going.
That's
You're going to hear
mine. Give it to
you're,
me.
you're going to hear you're going to hear an employee say, "Get back behind the line" or something like that.
Yep.
So we
Yep.
created a bingo game where I have like a card that I put at every show, and then someone can just
Mm.
screenshot it, and then anytime something happens, the next item, no matter what it is, runs for $1. So it
Nice.
keeps people like there because sometimes the next item is the coach bag, or the next item is a pair of hunter
Mhm.
boots, or a vintage
Mhm.
t-shirt. What Because it's all just
Mhm.
piled on a cart. I don't do it
Mhm.
in order. I just, hey, the next item is, oh, okay, it's this vintage t-shirt. So
Mhm.
whatever the next item is after that bingo happens, it runs for $1. So it keeps people engaged and watching because you could get $100 shirt for $1.
Yeah. No, that's good. So, just a little bit about you post up at the bins. Do you just go into like a little secret corner, or like how does that all work? Because I'm sure people probably wonder what you're doing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I wish it was a secret corner. No,
Yeah.
we've just always gone to the same spot. And so like the
Yeah.
people that are regulars that know who we are, they just know like that's our corner.
Yeah.
You know, we just always go there. We make sure we're out of the way of the employees. We make sure that the manager's happy, everybody's good. We're not
Mhm.
causing problems, and we just set up and go. The real good thing the thing that I'm the best at is I can just ignore everything around me, and
Yeah.
I literally just focus on myself. I look at myself on the camera, and I just
Mhm.
everything that's going on. I miss the bingos. The chat tells me like, "Hey, bingo, did you hear that?" And I'm like, "I didn't," but if you said it happened,
Yeah.
I focus on that. And of
Mhm.
course, there'll be people that'll like walk up, and I've had someone pick up my battery pack that I carry to keep my phone battery charged. They like looking at
Right.
it like while I'm streaming. And so like I'm having to like off camera look at them like, what are you doing? I'm
What are you
live right
doing?
now.
Yeah. 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 Interesting.
People trying
Okay.
to look in my
Yeah.
cart.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely seen that before. So what's a typical show as far as like how much do you think you can, average sale per show? Like
um
100 items, 500 items, what
yeah,
does
so
that look like?
our most that we've sold in a stream is 168 items. Now,
Nice.
it was actually more than that because at the end of the stream, we do what we call a leftover lot. So
Mhm.
everything we've run, we think is worth reselling.
Mhm.
Maybe nobody just wanted it at that time, or maybe we started it at a price that somebody wasn't willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
So we just set it to the side. We don't throw it back in the bin. We set it to the side. And then at the end, we have like, 15, 20 items that we ran that nobody was interested in. And we just run
Mhm.
it as a leftover lot, like a reseller lot. And we start at like $10. And then
Mm.
whoever gets it gets it. So we sell out everything. So that
Yeah.
counts as one item, but really it could be 20 items. But our most that we've
Mhm.
sold is 168 in one day. I think
Mhm.
our gross profit on that was 1786 in
Mhm.
3 hours. And then of course after the whatnot fees, which they have the lowest of any platform, 11%.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Um,
Yep.
I think we were at like, I want to say 1482, and then we have to check
Jeez.
out and pay for the
Yeah.
stuff. And I think our total
Mhm.
that day was right around $400. So we made about a grand in pocket after fees, after buy cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
0% upfront because we have
Yep.
instant payouts. So we use the people's money, not our money.
Mhm. Yep. 300, $400 an hour, not too bad,
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
not
too
too bad.
bad. Better than I ever made having a job.
Yeah, and for doing stuff that you actually, like to do,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not like you're chipping concrete in 100-degree weather. You're doing stuff that you're passionate about.
for sure.
Where do you think Whatnot is as far as like in the process? Do you feel like it's getting a little saturated, or do you think there's a lot more room to grow?
Oh, I think there's so much room to grow. They're adding new categories all the time. Like I said, they just added the marketplace aspect to it.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I think what they do very well is they're bringing something to the resale arena that no other
Hmm.
platform is doing or has. I mean, they have the capabilities because I know eBay's now starting to dabble with it. I know Poshmark's now trying to do live auctions, but on Whatnot, you can be rated, which is something you can't
Hmm.
do on any other platform. So, if for
Hmm.
people that don't know what that means, that aren't familiar with Whatnot, let's say I'm streaming right now, and you're streaming right now, and you're
Hmm.
selling your stuff. I'm selling my stuff. You have 500 people in your stream, and I only have 50 people in mine. You're
Hmm.
about done. You're running your last item, and you say, "All right, guys, we're going to go raid my friend Flip the World." You just
Oh,
press the
okay.
raid button, type in my
Hmm.
name, and you send all 500 of your people to my stream instantly. So now I have 550 people, potential buyers like that.
Wow.
And I just start
I did
showing
not.
them. You can't do
Right.
that anywhere else.